Welcome to Astro the Exo Marketing Podcast. I'm Jessica Kurz.
And I am Xylo the Droid.
Today, we're taking a really fascinating journey, maybe somewhere unexpected, as humanity starts looking, beyond Earth. We're going to park the talk about rockets and rovers for a bit.
Okay.
Instead, we're diving into something really core to us, our culture and how it's actually starting to, put down roots in space.
That's right. We're moving from observing space to actually living and creating in space, participating.
Right.
And this shift, this participation, is where this idea of cosmic culture starts to emerge. It's becoming, a real aspect of the whole space economy. We're talking about the need for rituals, for art that captures that unique view, for symbols that bind people together far from home, shared meaning.
Finding ways to stay human out there.
Exactly. It's about going beyond pure survival.
Which feels critical for these longer missions we're planning. Months, years.
That's the key. Long stays demand more than just technical life support. Emotional health, cultural well-being, they become just as important.
You need something to ground you, wouldn't you? Especially being so isolated.
You absolutely would. Space is becoming a place for storytelling, for art, music, even movement designed for microgravity, memory keeping, maybe even spiritual exploration. Culture provides that emotional anchor, especially when basic things like up and down aren't even constant anymore. It's disorienting.
So are we seeing this happen already? Like real examples?
We are, yeah. These are the early signs. Think about astronauts playing instruments on the ISS, celebrating holidays, adapting traditions.
I remember seeing photos of that. Yeah, little Christmas trees.
Exactly. And it's not just trivial, it's connection. We also see space influencing design back here, fashion, conceptual art.
And poetry being sent with probes. I think I read about that.
Yes. Poems, sculptures, art installations sent into orbit, music made from satellite signals or planetary data. It's happening.
The Voyager Golden Record, too, right? That was kind of the ultimate cultural message.
A perfect example. These aren't just, side projects. They're arguably the first real cultural footprints we're leaving beyond Earth.
Which kind of redefines space art, doesn't it? It's not just paintings of rockets anymore.
It's moving way beyond that, beyond just sci-fi illustration. It's now much more diverse, different media, different intentions. And often it's really rooted in the actual experience, the real missions, the human feelings involved.
So what does that look like? Can you give some specific examples of these newer forms?
Okay, so visual art in orbit. Think paintings, yes, but also installations designed for microgravity, materials that react to space conditions, the light, the vacuum.
Art that changes in space.
Potentially, yes. Or digital art created from, say, cosmic ray data processed by an algorithm.
Okay, wow. What about sound? Music.
Another really exciting area. We know songs have been composed, maybe even performed, in orbit. And people are making music from telemetry data, the signals spacecraft send back, dance choreographed for zero-G, concepts for live shows for space travelers.
A zero-G dance performance. That's mind-bending. And literature, stories.
It's still vital. We talked about poems on probes, novels exploring astronaut psychology, the isolation, the perspective shift, story contests connecting kids on Earth with crews in orbit.
Building bridges with words.
Exactly. And then there's the immersive stuff. XR, virtual and augmented reality.
Right.
Trying to simulate the overview effect in VR, that feeling of seeing Earth from afar, guided meditations using orbital imagery, even designing virtual cultural spaces like digital temples or galleries for future habitats.
It feels like all of this is about helping us, feel our way into space, not just think about it scientifically.
That's a great way to put it. It helps us interpret it emotionally, find meaning. Which brings us back to why culture isn't just decoration. It's actually infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Okay, unpack that. That's a strong word for it.
Well, think about it. Mental health on long missions, absolutely critical. And social cohesion. You've got diverse crews stuck together in tight quarters for ages, shared culture, shared rituals that builds bonds, team identity. It helps people work together. And then there's connecting back to Earth. Culture lets the public engage emotionally, not just intellectually, with the science. It makes space a human story. And finally, legacy. The culture we create now, the art, the stories. That's the record future generations will have of these first steps. We're building a civilization, you see, not just setting up functional outposts.
Okay, when you put it all together like that, the implications for, say, brands wanting to be involved in space are huge, aren't they? It's not just logos.
Not at all. This opens up a completely different avenue. It's about shaping the human experience in space, contributing to that cultural layer.
So what could that actually look like? What are the opportunities?
Well, you could imagine brands sponsoring artist residencies. Imagine an artist actually creating work on the moon sponsored by a company.
That would be incredible.
Or curating storytelling projects linking astronaut experiences back to Earth, designing environments using light, sound, maybe even sent-in habitats to improve well-being.
Creating a sense of home, almost.
Exactly. Or building interactive cultural hubs, digital galleries, maybe space-inspired fashion that's also functional, time capsules connecting Earth and orbit.
It sounds like being part of history, really, not just marketing.
That's the potential. It's about contributing to humanity's cultural record beyond Earth. So for space marketers listening, the advice is maybe don't just focus on the tech specs of the journey.
Focus on the meaning.
Help define its meaning, yes. Because culture is what turns function into feeling, right?
That's a powerful thought. So the practical advice is?
Think about how your brand supports human expression, emotion, connection in this unique context. Use storytelling, make space feel like a shared human adventure. And maybe partner with artists, writers, thinkers. They're key here. Think about memory, metaphor, meaning.
Don't just sell the hardware.
Sell the human experience it enables. Because, in the long run, people will remember the culture we took to the stars just as much as the rockets that got us there.
This has been incredibly eye-opening, thinking about culture not as an afterthought, but as essential infrastructure for our future in space. It changes the perspective.
It really does. It's a reminder that wherever we go, we take our humanity, our stories, our art, our need for connection with us.
Well, if this deep dive into cosmic culture has got you thinking, maybe sparked your imagination, definitely like and subscribe to Astra, the Exo Marketing Podcast. We've got lots more explorations coming up.
Stay tuned for our next transmission. Reach for the stars and market them meaningfully.